Hello, my name is Wason Brady. I am in Miss Harris's 5th grade class, and I am also one of your MCs today. Please relax and enjoy the presentations.
Well, please welcome our Waimea High School's JROTC as they present the colors. Well, our Koloa School Ukulele Band leads us in the national anthem in Hawaii Pono'i. Peace stand.
Thank you, Waimea High School JROTC and Ukulele Band. You may be seated.
Next, we present to you our very own principal, Miss Uehara.
Thank you, Wason and Cameron. Welcome, honored guests, former staff, and alumni. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us in celebrating our school's 140th anniversary. We are so honored to have our mayor join us today. Mayor Cavallo, can you please come up to say a few words to start our program? Though he's not a Koloa School alumni, we will forgive him in the spirit of the holidays.
Good morning and aloha. This is a very special day, everybody. I mean, got to meet some of the school graduates from Koloa School. My daughter was a teacher here for 2-3 years here, so she really enjoyed being here. But today is about Koloa School 140th anniversary. Happy birthday, Koloa School. Thank you, Ms. Uehara and all the team here at Koloa School, the teachers, the parent organization, the support, the resources. Koloa, the charm and character of Koloa is very special, and it's still feel that ambiance of going back to the days. So very happy to be with you and celebrating your birthday. To all the kids and the keiki, mahalo, and be safe and keep healthy. And all the parents, Merry Christmas, Mele Kalikimaka, Ha'ole Makahikio. Take care of yourselves again, and thank you, Ms. Uehara, for your leadership. And of course, Bill Arakaki and the team. I mean, this is a great opportunity for all of us to gather as community and celebrate 140th birthday of Koloa School. So blessings, Mele Kalikimaka, aloha.
Thank you, Mayor Carvalho. We would also like to recognize one of our longest living alumni who started out 4 generations of students attending Koloa School. Mr. Gabriel Cataluna graduated from the 8th grade class of 1929, which makes him 104 and a half years old. He will be 105 this coming April. Lexi, his great-granddaughter, is a first grader here. Thank you very much for helping us celebrate. I'd also like to recognize one of our staff members who's no longer with us, Mrs. Phyllis Kunimura, who was a beloved teacher here. She continued her work as an educator even after retirement, and she was a great asset to the entire island of Kauai. She will be greatly missed. Now we'll introduce our former administrators and staff. If I can get the name of our former administrators and staff up here real quick, so you could be recognized. As I read your name, this is first for administrators and staff members, so if you haven't yet signed in, please let me know so I can recognize you. Stand up and be recognized. Please hold all applause until I've announced everyone. Okay, we have, of course, you met Mayor Carvalho. We also have former principals here. My predecessor, Russ Hasagawa, and his predecessor, Debbie Lindsay. We also have former teachers here, Leila Kobayashi, Catherine Vasconcelos, and former staff. We have Pam Perubru and Christine Kilborn. We have district support, Sean Doy and Brent Mizutani, and our very own Shanlin Perubru, who's our salsa. She is an alumni. And then our alumni. Wow, this is interesting. Starling Gampong, and I won't read the names or the numbers that when you graduated, because then that will reveal your age, so I will respect that. Starling Gampong, Drake Gampong, Rico Gampong, Jeanne, I'm sorry, Agut, Kylene Albal, Mr. Cataluna, of course, Kathleen Cataluna, Marugai, Warren Etrata, Farah Anderson, Lisa Finch, our own Lisa Finch, Dana Rivera, Meryl Williams, Gregory Aranio, Randy Parker, Bailey Hanna, Sandy Hanna, Keikoa Dizal, Sherry Horita, Lopeka Haig, Richard Hernandez, again Shanlin, Perubru, Kaile Nani Burke, McKenna Burke, Anita Lussman, and Bianca Please stand and be recognized if I read your name. Thank you all for coming today, our alumni of Kaloa Elementary School. To our former administrators and staff, without your dedication to our children of Kaloa, our school would not be where it is today. Thank you so much. And Kaloa alumni, thank you for contributing to the Kaloa community, to our nation, and to our world. As part of our community, we're so fortunate to have community partnerships that have lasted many years, decades, and in this case, a century. We'd like to recognize one of our community businesses who has been part of the community, Kaloa community, almost as long as Kaloa School. Suioka Store is celebrating its 100th year in business. Our students made a banner that we'd like to present to Mrs. Amber Strong, the Suioka's niece, and mother to Nolan in kindergarten and Evan in 2nd grade. So, Mrs. Strong. If you're wondering all the different colors papers, the kids wrote down what they are appreciative of Suioka Store or what they remember about Suioka Store. So once again, thank you all for coming. We have a jam-packed program, and we hope you can stay through the entire program. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Uehara. This year we are learning about 7 habits of highly effective people, which are be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergize, and finally sharpen the saw.
Let's welcome Kaloa School's first graders who will be presenting a Leader in Me song about those 7 habits.
On the left. Ready to go.
Next, we are so honored to have our keynote speaker, my dad, Tyler Yates. He is a former student at Kaloa School and he will be sharing his experiences with you.
Good morning, and thank you, Cameron, Wayson, Ms. Uehara, teachers, and staff. I am honored and humbled by this opportunity to be here today to say a few words and to be a part of the 140th anniversary celebration. It seems so long ago that I was just a kindergartner here. As I drop Cameron off at school, I see family and friends that I went to school here with. When I come for the parent-teacher conferences, I have many memories of playing on the playgrounds. I remember a time when we were playing softball, and we kept hitting the ball from right over there. We kept hitting Miss Vasconcellos' windows. We eventually ended up losing all the softballs on the roof of that building over there, and I think that was the last time we played softball for PE. I remember in the 6th grade playing two-in-touch football. And it would always start as two-in-touch, but by the end of recess, it was always tackle football. Where Pownell Village is now, there used to be a large open field where we would play our football games. I could go on and on about all the memories I have, but those were the days and life was easy then. So a little background history on me. I was born and raised here at Kaloa. I started attending Kaloa School from kindergarten and went to the 6th grade. And then attended Kauai High and Intermediate School and graduated in 1995. I then went to the University of Hawaii at Hilo for 3 years, and that's where I met and eventually married my lovely wife, Lizelle. We now have 2 wonderful kids, Cameron and Isaiah, who will be attending kindergarten here next year. After college, I played 13 years of professional baseball in the New York Mets, Baltimore Orioles, Atlanta Braves, Oakland Athletics, and Pittsburgh Pirates organizations. Currently, I'm a police officer with the Kauai Police Department. I am aware that you're learning about the 7 habits of highly effective people. Through some of my experiences, I can relate to these habits, and here are a few examples. I started playing baseball when I was 6 years old for the Club Youth Baseball Association, and it was about when I was 8 years old that I wanted to become a Major League Baseball player. As I was playing at an older age, I was continuously told that I wasn't good enough to play Major League Baseball. Instead of getting mad or getting down on myself, I used this as motivation to become a better player. There were many times when my friends were going to the beach, and I would instead go to Kaloa Park and take batting practice and work out with my dad and my brothers. When we were finished working out, then we would go to the beach. With the ultimate dream of becoming a Major League Baseball player, I set goals that would help me achieve my dream. Some of the goals were to make the All-Star teams each year as I was growing up, make the high school baseball team, and receive a scholarship to attend college. But the most important goal I set was to get good grades in school every single year. Growing up, I had to make sure my homework was done before going to practices. My dad told me that if I got bad grades, I couldn't play sports anymore, and I loved playing sports, so school was always a first priority. While playing baseball, I was always trying to improve as a player. This meant listening to coaches, exercising, eating healthy, getting good night's sleeps. As an athlete, we needed to make sure our body was healthy to perform and to succeed at the highest level of competition. Those habits I learned playing, I still use today. I work out, I try to eat healthy, and I try to get a good night's sleep, and I'm still trying to improve and learn every day. When I'm not working, I'm spending quality time with my family and friends and enjoying life. So to the Keiki listening, remember to never give up on your dreams. Set your goals along your life, your journey in life, and reach for the stars. There will be times when you feel like you can't reach the stars, but trust me, keep reaching and keep trying as hard as you can. If you really and truly want it, you'll get there. You are our leaders of tomorrow, so dream big and never let anyone tell you you can't reach your dreams. Thank you, and aloha.
Thank you, Mr. Yates. That was very inspiring. Now we will have some students present a brief history of school and other world events from the past 140 years.
My name is Christian Brand and I'm in the 5th grade. I'm going to be talking about the early years of Kaloa School from 1877 to 1899. Prior to 1877, schools have been operating in Kaloa for at least 40 years. In early 1877, Mr. J.K. Burkett arrived in Kaloa to teach at the school. Mr. Burkett was well liked in Kaloa and he wanted to stay to continue the work he was doing. He had a hard time financially because he was supported by contributions. Lahaina Luna Seminary offered him a better salary and he planned on leaving Kaloa and going to Maui to teach. It was doubtful that Kaloa School would remain open without government subsidy. On October 1877, a group of prominent Kauai citizens petitioned the Board of Education to establish a free English school in Kaloa. They asked that Mr. Burkett be released from his commitment to Lahaina Luna Seminary and serve as principal of Kaloa School. Mr. Burkett was to receive $1,200 per year as a salary, and the board was assured that the school would be free to all children. Kaloa School was the first government public school on Kauai. Mr. Burkett was joined by Miss Miriam Punavai as an assistant and Mr. Dan Unia as a teacher. There were 27 boys and 14 girls for a total of 41 students. There was a Hawaiian and an English department. Students attending the English paid a small tuition fee. The Hawaiian department was free. Between 1880 and 1882, Mr. Burkett left Kaloa and was replaced by Mr. A.G. Brown. Mr. Burkett soon returned to and taught at Kaloa School until 1899 for a total of 16 years. Mr. George B. Sturgeon, a young teacher and surveyor, came to Kaloa in 1899 to take Mr. Burkett's place. Kaloa School continued to grow from 1877 to 1899. There were lots of other events happening in the community and the world during this time. Sugar was being shipped to Kaloa Landing. The first telephone and telegraph line in Hawaii is completed in 1877. In 1879, the first locomotive train flew its first load of sugarcane on Maui. The first pay telephone was installed in the Yale Bank building in New Haven, Connecticut. In 1882, King Kalakaua and Queen Liliuokalani moved into Iolani Palace. The Brooklyn Bridge officially opened to traffic in 1883. In 1885, the Washington Monument is dedicated in Washington, D.C. Kamehameha Schools was founded in 1887. In 1889, Queen Liliuokalani wrote her famous song, Aloha Oe. Queen Liliuokalani, Hawaii's only ruling queen, came to power in 1891. Ellis Island first opened to allow European immigrants into the United States in 1892. In 1893, the Hawaiian monarchy is overthrown. Camp Pineapple from Hawaii is first shipped in 1895. Amelia Earhart, first female aviator to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, is born in 1897. In 1898, Hawaii was annexed to the United States.
Aloha, my name is David Bremen and I am in the 4th grade at Koloa School. Welcome to the years 1900 to 1924. The Koloa School has already been around for about 40 years. Koloa is a great place to live. Thanks to the plantation where my dad works, I have friends from all over the world. You see, the plantation needs lots of people to plant, harvest, and process the sugar. From 1900 to 1907, people from Puerto Rico, Korea, Okinawa, the Philippines, and Spain have all moved to Kauai to help. These families may live in camps with other families from the Japanese camp in 1918. We swim for a little bit and then we go home to eat. I always get home just in time to help set up for dinner. While we were eating, my family's dinner conversation was that this summer, since I am now 10, I am now old enough to have a job. My job would be to pick up small cane, which is cut cane that fell off cane cars. I was excited for this summer. Later, we all went to bed. Tomorrow is another adventure yet to come. Thank you.
Hello, fellow students and parents. My name is Macy Wallace. I'm here today to tell you about what love was like throughout the state and in our community in 1925 through 1949. If you walked around Kauai during that time period, you would notice that in 1925 we did not have any traffic lights, and the giant monkey pod tree next to Crazy Shirts was just planted by Howard Yamamoto. If you like to listen to the radio, in 1938 the Garden Island Publishing Company announced plans to construct a broadcast radio station. The first Interisland Airlines started to use the Honopepet Airport in 1929. In 1934, Kauai got its first airmail service. The sugar industry was still successful, with Frank Alexander managing the Koloa Agricultural Company until 1937, which was when Kilohana was being built for Gaylord Wilcox. In 1939, Herman Brandt was the chief engineer for the Koloa Sugar Company and was also a graduate of Koloa Elementary School. In 1939, Adario Case was the treasurer of Grove Farm Company, and he is the grandfather of Steve Case, who currently owns Grove Farm. In 1948, Grove Farm purchased the 3,000-acre Koloa plantation and its sugar mill. In 1948, Grove Farm began digging Wilcox Tunnel. In 1949, the Grove Farm Plantation Tunnel, creating a shortcut for cane haul trucks between Puhi Fields and Koloa Mill, is finished. If you went to Koloa Elementary School, Ms. Dora Ohana was Koloa School's principal in the years of 1928 through 1941. In 1941, Mr. F. J. Dries was Koloa School's principal. In 1942 through 1946, Mr. Ross Bachman was our principal. In 1949, March 26 became designated as Prince Kahio Day, which marks his birth. He was responsible for the first statehood bill and won the Hawaiian Homes Act, setting aside many acres for land for Hawaiian homesteaders. Hawaii was an important place in 1942 as the bombing of Pearl Harbor brought the U.S. into World War II. Thank you.
My name is Shannon Isabella Nakahiki. I'm going to talk about the 1950s. What was happening throughout the world? The Korean War began when North Korea invaded South Korea. 12 nations agreed to the creation of North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, for the defense of the United States and Europe. Elizabeth II becomes the Queen of England after her father George VI dies. The Cuban Revolution ends when Fidel Castro got to power, becoming the first communist nation in the West. In the United States, the 50s was the time of vast changes that would put in the next 2 decades. The baby boom peaks. The first astronauts are introduced by NASA, John H. Glenn Jr. and Alan Shepard Jr. The presidents of the United States were Harry S. Truman and Dwight Eisenhower. Diners Club issued the first credit cards. Kids watched Howdy Doody on 12-inch black and white TV sets and spent Saturday afternoons watching cartoons at cinema matinees. Elvis Presley exploded into the music scene and had the girls swooning. On August 21st, 1959, Hawaii was declared the 50th state. Daniel K. Inouye served as the majority leader of the Territorial House of Representatives and later became the first congressman. Ala Moana Center opened. Regular jet service began between the mainland and Hawaii. The governors were Oren E. Long, Samuel Wilder King, and William F. Quinn. Here on Hawaii, the first commercial radio station was KTOH. My tutor lady, Hilda Dumduma Canyon, used to sing live with her sister Margaret on the station. Blue Hawaii with Elvis Presley was filmed at Coco Palms. Atone Konavindina was the chairman of the county of Hawaii. Rural Farm Company was one of the main agricultural companies. Here in our small town of Koloa, life was simple. Most of the people worked on plantation. There was a Koloa plantation store, Suioka store, Kukuiwa store, and Chang Food Bakery. Most everyone had a garden and grew their own vegetables. There weren't too many chickens running around. There were hardly any hotels. The kids would walk to the beach or just swim at Green Pond. Koloa School was Kauai's first public school. It was the center of Koloa. Juliet Long was the principal during the 1960s. Some of my teachers, my Uncle Ronnie Javier, members were Miss Lowe, Miss Hopple, Miss Luke, Miss Vendina, Hartwell Blake taught gardening. The students came from all different camps: Korean camp, Spanish camp, Mill camp, banana camp. Most of the students walked to school. Boys wore shirts and long pants. Girls wore dresses. Uncle Ronnie said the lunches were really delicious. Students used to help in the cafeteria. The students would clean the classrooms. They used to mop the floors with linseed oil. The teachers were strict. They didn't tolerate any humbug. The Koloa town and school is a very special place on our small island of Hawaii in a huge Pacific Ocean in this big, huge world. We all care about each other and are safe here. Thank you.
Hello, my
my name is Daisha. I am here to share some aloha with you and tell you just a little bit about our school, community, and state from 1975 to 1999. After our school's main building burned down in 1973, it was rebuilt in 1976. Our principal at that time was Willard Welsh. In 1982, our official name became Kaloa Elementary School. Also, in the 80s, our lava rock sculpture by the Portables was built. Our head custodian, Betty Jane B.J. Lewis, had the idea, and John Dwart did the stonework. The titles on the bottom were done by students and staff. One of them, a first grader at that time, was our friend Shannon Harimoto. We know a lot of the Blake family. Some are our neighbors. A lot of the Blake family were staff and students. A few faculty at that time were Miss Dora Hong and Miss Ernest Del Cruz. In 1982, Kauai survived Hurricane Iwa. In 1992, Kauai was hit with Hurricane Iniki. My mom lived here in 1978 and in 1979. Because my papa worked at Wilcox Hospital in the emergency room for a season each year, my mom showed me pictures of Koipu back then. It looks so different than now, but the beaches look the same to me. In 1978, a surfer named Eddie Aikau disappeared when he tried to save the Hokulea crew. A annual big wave surf contest on Oahu called the Eddie was created in 1985 in memory of him, and that's where we got the saying Eddie would go. In 1986, our nation was heartbroken when the Challenger space shuttle exploded. One of the astronauts was Hawaii's own Ellison Onizuka. In 1996, the last sugar crop was harvested at Kaloa Sugar Mill after 161 years of production. Thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Roy, and I was born the same year as iPads, Chromebooks, and Siri. I may be younger than Skype, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, but I'm older than Amazon Alexa. Come with me on a quick trip through the past 17 years. Out there in the universe, Pluto got changed to a dwarf planet, and we found proof of ice and salt water on Mars. On Earth, we mapped the human genome and dug up fossils of dinosaurs and humans. Here in the United States, we stuck together through 9/11 and the War on Terror. We have heroes all around us keeping us safe. Barack Obama became the first African American president in 2008, and Hillary Clinton became the first woman to run for president in 2016. Speaking of girl power, here at home, Linda Lingle became the first female governor of Hawaii in 2002. She was governor when the Northwestern Hawaiian Islands became a national monument in 2006. The past 17 years have been great for Kaloa School. We changed and grew. We earned awards for excellence, and we were named a distinguished school. We have a beautiful campus cared for by an awesome team. We have delicious, healthy meals prepared from scratch. Our library rocks, and we have the best teachers and staff on Kauai. Don't you agree? This year we got an award for wellness, and we became a leader in the school. As leaders, we are learning how to do the right thing, even when no one is watching. Students at Kaloa School grow up to do great things. One day you might be a council member like Errol Kaneshiro, or a Major League Baseball player like Tyler or Kirby Yates, or maybe a famous singer and president of a school like Glenn Roderas. I wonder what the future holds. It's up to us, so let's make it great. Thank you.
Good job. Those speeches were awesome. These students also created a board highlighting the time events in their period. They're posted on the D building wall, so remember to check them out.
We will now present our Kaloa School students who will sing and dance to Christmas songs.
Are you having a rocking Christmas? Join us as the third grade students and teachers sing and dance to Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
preschool who will perform Ring Christmas Bells for you.
We will ring those Christmas bells so loud and clear. We will ring those Christmas bells so loud and clear. We will hear the dingle dingle when they jingle jingle. Yes, we'll ring those Christmas bells so loud and clear. We will ring those Christmas bells so quietly. We will ring those Christmas bells so quietly. We will hear the dingle dingle when they jingle jingle. Yes, we'll ring those Christmas bells so quietly. We will ring those Christmas bells so fast and loud. We will ring those Christmas bells so fast and loud. We will hear the dingle dingle when they jingle jingle. Yes, we'll ring those Christmas bells so fast and loud. Fast and loud. We will hear the jingle jingle when they jingle jingle. Yes, we'll ring those Christmas